take a leap of faith. Run with me. Clouds go by and the sun is set high. And I believe you when you say that this is never gonna change. Say, would you like to spend your day with me always? Be brave, we don't need far too much, just stay brave beside me. Happy days, running on the open fields. Yeah.
It is incredibly windy today, and so today I'm back in the pantry room. We have to get this space finished up. I have some cabinet making to do, and I still need to be able to create a hinge system to hide our deep freezer that's going in this space. I know a deep freezer isn't really that big of an eyesore, especially since it's white, but I thought it would be neat to frame it in, make sure there was optimal space around it to have airflow, hide our microwave, and just a few things that would be off the counter just to eliminate some less clutter. I'm looking for a very minimalist vibe in this room, but I still have some repair work to do on this side before I can get the doors on. You already saw that we finished the laundry room side and our little vacuum garage, which turned out great and it's proved to be very useful. I now still need to repair all of the perimeter of the top on this side. There's quite a lot of work to do. And then I have some of the cabinets that I already DIY'd, painted white. They're actually just primed on the top and the bottom. And I don't have shelves yet in the bottom here. And this side is the built-in that has my deep freezer that will have cabinet doors to look the same as this side. That way it will just look cohesive. And then above, I'm going to hide the microwave. My only problem was that the microwave door sat down too far and was hitting on this little face frame. So I raised it up for right now just with some corks to see that it would fit and it would function. Then when the doors are on, you won't even know that it's in there. Since these upper cabinets are just painted with the primer, I need to get some actual paint on them. You can see a huge difference between the primer on the left side on this bottom section and then the actual white paint on this side. This DIY shiplap is almost looking like brown is seeping through because the primer just kind of coated it, but it was soaking in so much. So now this needs to have the paint on it as well. So I'm gonna work my way basically like from the top here all the way down, get that second coat with the actual paint on the bottom of that shiplap. I don't wanna coat it with so much paint though, that the inside line here fills up with paint because I like to be able to see the dimension we created with the shiplap. Just when you think you have the whole first coat on, you realize that you not only missed one side, but that you missed two. So I have more painting to do on this side. But what I want to also do is paint the wood framing that we did for the windows. We were so lucky that when we moved in here, the previous owners had installed brand new windows in the entire house. Saved us thousands of dollars that was not on our to-do list for the renovations of this house. I don't know why they invested in that first. I'm going to assume the windows in this place were terrible. And because they were heating with wood, they wanted to ensure that the windows were good and solid. So win for us, but they didn't frame in any of the windows. So in a previous video, I started to frame in any of the windows that were in the kitchen and in this space, but I've yet to paint this side. So as we're kind of rolling with the paint, we're gonna finish up, get this, because I'm dying to get the blinds on. I have them on the other side. Once all the painting's done, I can put that on this space. So we aren't entirely sure what the future holds for sure for the deck that we want to do out the back kitchen window. You know, we have the deck on the front of the house, and our original plan was to be able to extend that, like rebuild it, extend it all the way down past our well, and then back behind where you see we have our patio door for our kitchen. I think that would be really nice to have that go all the way around. But we could actually extend that further and have it go all the way across the front, down the back side where the kitchen is, and then actually behind where you see my stove wall for my kitchen, which meets up to this window. Because I think it would be pretty neat if maybe one day we change this to a door to get outside, or even maybe a little Costco door. We don't shop at Costco, but the idea of being able to quickly put your groceries in from where our driveway is there would be a super good convenience to have. So I'm not really sure exactly, but I guess we'll have to do some more cleaning when we get to that point of actually adding the deck there, but we have options. I also thought that since this is going to be cabinets covering the front of the freezer here and cupboard doors on the left, that maybe it would be really cute to have a little table section right there that we could put the dog food bowls and water bowls, kind of like a little eatery for the dogs here. Keeps the mess kind of in this space. Sometimes if they drip water on the floor, I could put a cute little mat, their bowls, and like one of those little wooden table makes that you could do to raise up their bowls. But it's basically a bunch of useless space in between. Because the window is there, I couldn't extend the cabinet all the way across, or I would be blocking the window, which would be really silly. And again, would limit my options later if we decided to make this window something completely different. Goodbye. 100 years of wall stains. I scrubbed this wall and not one mark came off. Well, maybe one, but definitely not many. When renovating this space, I just couldn't bring myself to remove all of that original wainscoting. I don't know how many years it's been here, but it seems to have some of the original character to the house. And even though it's not the perfect texture and it doesn't look brand new when you paint it, I think honestly, it's part of the original kitchen of this home, and it was kind of all I had left in here from that original kitchen, so I'd like to keep it. And I think since we did the vertical shiplap and our little custom design on the backsplash on the other side, I can kind of tie it in since it's white anyway. Looking much whiter already. So now I need to get the paint in the bottom parts there. So basically what I have going on right now is just two empty spaces. I don't have my toe kick on the bottom yet here. The toe kick is this bottom plate here that would block off any access point to dirt or dust going underneath your cabinets. So that toe kick's not on yet. You can see it's kind of resting in that space as we kept some things aside while we were still using this room while renovating. I have not put shelves in these spaces. I don't know if I want to do 2 shelves inside on both, or if I want to do 1 straight in the middle on both, if I don't want any shelves at all, or if I want to even permanently put shelves in. I think because I'm going to be canning and preserving and having a lot of different things that I need to actually do that, including a space to store the food, I feel like my shelving should be flexible so that I could actually remove it, maybe have some different sections that can go up and down if I want to, like maybe some little runners that the shelving can just sit on. That way I can change it if I have larger items maybe for one season than the other. I'm not sure. What do you think I should do? If you had this much space in the bottom, would you want your shelving to be able to come out so you could rearrange the shelving, or would you want something permanent? Remember, there's going to be doors covering here, so anything that's stored in here, you're not actually going to see it. We have all of this room up top here, all of the room that's up top here, the freezer space there, and then we also have the built-in that's in the wall where all of my baking stuff will go. I have been waiting to paint this since I put it up. It just never seemed to be a good day. Did I get everything wet paint in here? over the winter because things were taking so long to dry. So since today is sunny but really windy and cold, we're in here. I think I'll be relieved once I finally get it all done. So far, I have zero regrets on painting and DIYing the cabinets for our kitchen space. We love having this walk-in pantry room with the fridge and everything in it and the laundry. It's so convenient to do everything. So far, zero regrets on anything that we already did. The design and the flow of everything makes sense. Wouldn't change anything about what we've done so far. So I'm really taking all the decisions that I'm making in this space just as seriously as I was when I did the kitchen. That way I'm not going to want to change it, you know, in the next couple months or even couple years or something. If it functions well and it looks the way that we want, keeping it neutral is good because I can change things as I want seasonally and not feel like I need to repaint cabinet doors or something. And the way I see it, white kitchens will always be in style because you can add any additional flair that you want to it over years to come. So white kitchens for me, perfect. So not bad for a day's work. I got a lot accomplished today in getting all the prep work done so that I can get the doors finished for the pantry. I promised myself I was gonna work today until the boys got home from school and then I would call it quits until tomorrow. But it looks great so far, and I think that once we get the doors on, it's gonna make this whole room look like it was meant to be together. What a difference adding the actual paint made than just having the primer. Okay, let me know in the comment section, what do you think I should do with the bottom of those cabinets there? Adjustable shelving, have some shorter in the back, make it super deep. I'm not sure. Like, let me know what you would do if it was your space there. But I'll show you an update on what I'm at right now. So this whole area is so much better now that it has the real paint on it. I still need to do a coat inside that space, but again, I'll just wait until I kind of make a mess in there, putting in the shelving tomorrow that I want to have in that space. So these countertops were such a great choice and I don't regret them for a second. They were ordered for our original kitchen before I decided to DIY since our kitchen never arrived. We cut the piece to have one here, one on the laundry room side, and then we still have our piece for this side. The only difference for this side is because we cut it, we don't have the end cap on yet, but it did come with an end cap. Each of these long pieces comes with one, so I'll be able to make that look seamless once I get everything all painted and put on permanently. Then I'll be able to hide the microwave up here and encase this freezer here with all the proper venting that will be on it by the time I'm finished. But I am actually excited to be back in the pantry to finish up this space because I've been dreaming about the garden that I'm going to be planting. We have our starter seeds started. Doing the raised garden beds out there is going to give us so much plentiful stuff to be able to do all of our canning and preserving. And if you remember at my old house, I didn't have any cabinets in that small kitchen to even put food. So going from no food pantry to a completely finished, much larger size kitchen with this walk-in space for the vacuum garage, utility storage, laundry, and food pantry, I'm just absolutely so thrilled that I'll be able to make use of this amazing space, which if you remember, once was the original kitchen to this late 1800s house. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you on tomorrow's episode.